Hey everyone, today I got Adam's Americana wax. I just got my car cleaned, or I pressure washed it really good the other day before Christmas when it was very warm outside. By warm I mean 40. So now I'm going to be applying a coat of the Adam's Americana wax over top of the Colonite 845 and the Power Lock Plus. So it may not look as good as just Americana on the paint, but at this point I'm just trying to layer it because this might be the last time until end of February that I can wax my car. So I'm just, overall smell of it's pretty good. As you can see there, ordinary paste wax, there's enough in there, it's going to last a long time. So it's like 50 bucks. I did get it in a mystery box, so I didn't pay the full price, but put a little bit on the applicator, swirl it around like this. So I didn't clay the paint either, just because I don't want to mar up the paint too bad. I'm going to do a full polish on it this spring, then probably going to coat the car. So it says to do 2 to 3 panels at a time. Let it dry to haze, and then wipe off. So I know it's very tough to see on a white car where the wax is, but I'll just go through and compare and contrast to the waxes I've tried, like Colonite, Power Lock, and stuff like that, on how hard they are to take off. So, go through. Kind of wish the applicator pad was a tiny bit smaller than the jar. I mean, obviously very nitpicky, not a big deal. That is. So I'm going to do the hood, whole front of the car, then wipe off the hood and come back. Nice pleasant scent to it. I don't know. You can smell a little bit of carnival by it. I know some people are big on smell. My opinion is I'd rather have the performance. I could care less what product smells like. Obviously, if a wax smelled like Iron X, it's going to be an issue, but fuzz on my car. So I'm gonna do that. I'll do the front hood, then I'll turn it off. This stuff, I'm going to be a little bit more careful around the trim. Since there is a coat of wax on, a couple coats of wax on it already, I'm not going to be anal about every nook and cranny. So I'm just going to do the front of the car, and obviously, you know, on a wax car, so you'll be able to see how it is. I'll just go through and compare and contrast how it looks over top of the other layers. By the time I'm done with this, give it like 2 minutes, and we'll come back and I'll wipe off the hood for you. Can't really swirl around that. I'm not going to do in between the louvers on this. I'd rather just use, I typically use just a spray wax every time on there, just because it's so hard to get. And spray wax are a little bit easier on trim, so that you don't have to worry about getting the wax off of the trim. Same with there. Not worth it in my opinion. I've done it before. If you have a lot of time, then you can do it, but I'm just going to cheat, do it the quick way for today. As soon as I drive the car, it's going to be a mess again, but Larry from Ammo NYC said it doesn't matter. What matters is getting the salt off your car so it's protected and lasts longer. Even if it looks like crap, you know it's not eating as much into the car as if you never washed it. So I went through with my undercarriage cleaner and really got the whole car nice and clean. Geon trim is still looking perfect. I probably will do another coat of that in the spring with my full polish. I still think I'm going to do a coating on it. Might do C-Quartz UK, so Still a little bit wet to the touch. I'm going to let it haze a little bit more, and we'll come back and then I'll wipe it off. So as I was waiting for the hood to haze up a little bit more, it is 60 degrees in here in the winter, so it's not going to dry as fast as if you're in a warmer environment. Did the rest of the car quick. As you can see, barely used anything. It's still full. You're going to get lots of cars out of this. After thinking about it a little bit, I do give the smell probably about a 8 out of 10. That's what I would say. It's not overpowering, but there's a little bit there to make it pleasant. Only concern so far is the applicator could be, I don't know, a centimeter smaller. Might take you longer in the car, or the jar be slightly bigger. Not a big deal anyways. Few people are going to ask me to compare this to Patriot Wax and stuff like that. I'm not going to be purchasing that. I don't feel a need in spending $100 on a paste wax when you're basically just paying for a billet cover. Wax might be nice, but I highly doubt it's worth double the price of this. People are going to ask how long does this paste wax last and stuff like that. It's not going to last as long as the sealant like Power Lock Plus or 845. This is more for better looks than longevity. So some of the sealants out there now are better than pretty much any paste wax on the market. So after you use this, make sure you keep the applicator pad separate from the wax, as that can cause trouble from what I've read on the forums. So I'm just going to keep this separate. I'll clean this out, put it in a Ziploc baggie, and keep it near the jar so I don't lose it, and you'll be good to go. Where did I put the cover? Over here. So I'm just going to grab, I do have some double soft and single and double soft towels I'm going to use to wipe off the wax, so we'll see how it goes. So, not bad. It is a paste wax, so it's going to be expected to be a little bit tougher to come off. I probably could have let it dry a little bit more, but I'd rather take these waxes off a little bit early rather than let them sit for a long time, just because some paste waxes are super tough to get off once they've caked on. I don't want to have to use detail spray to soften it up. So easiest to compare is you got Colonite 845 and Power Lock Plus. I'd say this is, out of the three, this is the hardest to get off. I'm not using a ton of pressure, but as you can see, I'm putting a moderate amount. So I'm just going to do about one panel or so, then I'll flip the towel, go to a different surface, but I'd say a shine and depth, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. It's extremely glossy and pretty deep for a white car. It's very tough. The reflections for the light is about as good as it's going to get. Some of the VW from the Mexico GTI plant has pretty bad orange peel. So I really wanted the red on this car, but the orange peel is absolutely terrible. So it's pretty slick yet, not contaminated. Paint wasn't contaminated, so as I was applying the wax, I think there's about 2 swirl marks on the whole car. Not really a swirl, but more a slight clear coat scratch. I knew that was there when I got the car, but I didn't want to compound it right away, since I plan on keeping the car until it's junk. The less amount of times you compound a car, the better. So I'm going to give this product a really good thumbs up. It is $50, so it's a little bit more pricey. But if you're not worried about price and just want something to protect your show car or something like that, this is going to be an excellent wax for you. If you're looking for something that lasts longer, doesn't have quite the looks, but lasts a long time, still looks great, go to Colonite 845. But I still think my ultimate combo for wax and sealants is 1 layer of Power Lock Plus, and then come back, I don't know, a couple hours later and apply 2 layers of Colonite 845. And that seems to be my go-to combo, at least until I coat the car. Then I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Do have my fiance's car coated. It seems like it's lasting pretty well. I'm going to have to wash that car and put a good coat of wax on it. I think I'm going to go with the Colonite. just to top the coating and make it good for the winter. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, let me know. I know what you have to remember is paste wax is supposed to last pretty long, but it's kind of expensive if you're going to be putting on a daily driver and stuff like that. I would say save it for show car, weekend car, if you have a nice sports car. But 50 bucks, it's a little bit, but the wax is going to last probably 10, 12 cars. So if you think about it, wax job per car, you're looking at $4 or $5 per wax job. So not bad at all, but if you're into detailing, it's a good little hobby, stuff like that. It's well worth it. So thank you for watching. Have a great